My name's Emma Heathcote-James. I graduated in 1998 from Theology. For the last 15 years, I've had my own business, which is called Little Soap Company. We put organic soap and natural soap into all the UK supermarkets. I graduated in 1998. I then went on to do an MPhil with Theology, which was later upgraded to PhD. My dissertation ended up hitting all the nationals, which culminated in me doing a BBC Everyman programme, which was fantastic. I ended up presenting it. I started researching it, ended up presenting it, carried on working for BBC Everyman for a while whilst I was doing my PhD. Whereas in the background, several publishers were arguing of who was going to have the rights to the book, which there wasn't a book. It was my thesis. The book came out in 2001, I think, Seeing Angels, which was meant to be a one-off to put all of that kind of 5 years of my life to bed. However, it ended up as a bestseller. The publishers wanted another book. So from there, the second book came, which was After Death Communication. After that, there was another book which came, and I didn't want that to be my last book. So yeah, there were four. Well, I think two or three of them were in the Times bestsellers, which was great. I then had a career in television from the BBC Everyman. I kind of got in through the back door and loved being a researcher. Absolutely loved it. Did a little bit of on-screen work, but much preferred being behind the camera. Then I ended up working for creative industries, which was a big buzzword at the time. There was a lot of money being put into it. Set up the Gloucestershire Media Group. Always been arty, always doing various bits and bobs. And long story short, went into the supermarket, wanted to buy a bar of natural soap like I've been making. You couldn't. So why can't you buy this on the shelves of Waitrose? So I kind of did it myself. And that's been the longest job I've ever had. That's been the last 15 years this year. So Little Soap Company started on my kitchen table as a hobby, and now we've got a team of 30, and we've got 2 factories working with us, and we supply all of the main UK supermarkets. So it's great. It's every day's different, but I still go back to, if I hadn't have done Theology, I wouldn't be doing this. It was a kind of long-winded journey, but it all led to this. So setting up your own business as a startup is really difficult. But it's so rewarding. And I think it's one of those things that what you put in, you get out. And that's massively true. Life doesn't fall in your lap. I am very good at hyper-focusing and spending a lot of time on things I'm interested in. And that was probably a bit of a plus for me. I had to do everything, as any new business owner does. You haven't got a chunk of money where you can employ people. You can't employ people until you're making enough profit to be able to employ them. So it's a slow process. And to begin with, you have to be a jack of all trades. I knew nothing about anything. So it's a lot of winging it, and it's a lot of asking questions, and it's a lot of learning. And if you're happy to do that, it is rewarding. There's no other question, no other answer for it. So very slowly the team started. The first person I employed was a bookkeeper. Maths is my absolute nemesis. So bookkeeper came on board. We already had accountants already. Slowly, we've now brought experts in. Now we can afford them, and I've got a team around me who know way more about the business than I do. Really, we've got experts in every single department, it's fantastic, because we're taking the business places I never ever dreamt of in those early days. In terms of what do I do day to day, every day really is different, totally different. Here I am today doing a video. I've been to Buckingham Palace over the last couple of months. I've been down at London on the stage speaking. I've been in awful meetings, with our factories, with accountants. I've had one-on-ones with, team members who've had bereavements and difficult things going on, personally with them. We have goal setting meetings, looking what's going to happen for the next quarter, for the next 5 years. Every day is totally different. Looking at designing, we've got a lot of MPD happening at the moment, new product design, a lot of innovation. We've just won an award for that, which is funding a new innovation, which we've got to start in April. So there's a lot going on, and you're spinning a lot of plates. But that's what I thrive on, and I thrive on a crisis. If there's a crisis, I can stop everything. I love fixing things. So it isn't for everybody, and we know, is it 2 in 3 businesses fail? But for me, there was no option. It couldn't fail. And like I said, the more you put in, the more you get out. So yeah, do you want it to be a lifestyle, or do you want it something that you can grow and then you can exit in a few years' time? And I think it's always having that end goal, just so you know what you're doing. But yeah, I totally recommend it.